Thank you for joining me again today. It's Friday, May the 12th, 2017. I'm enjoying doing these video devotionals. I pray you're enjoying listening to them. We are in a lengthy discussion of Psalms 119, and today we're at verse 30. I have chosen the way of truth. Your judgments I have laid before me. See, life is all about choices. Always is, always will be. We get to choose. David chose the way of truth. Have you chosen that way? Right now, you're standing before God, and He wants to know if you've chosen the way of truth. Now, that can either be intimidating or liberating. It's liberating if you know and have practiced the way of truth, but if not, it's really a wake-up call for all of us. What a powerful and bold statement to make. I have chosen the way of truth. I've often said I've told the truth, and I don't remember what I've said, but I don't have to worry because I always tell the truth. I'm not worried about what I said because I always have told the truth. You see, if one lies, they have to remember what they have said because someday that lie is going to catch up with them. So the cycle begins. One lie, then another lie, then another lie to defend the lies that they've already spoken. And then they can't remember which lie they've already told, and so now they're in this big cycle of repeating some of the lies. David knew the key. He knew the key to choose the way of truth. He laid out God's judgments before himself. He looked at those judgments and he chose the path for his life. And he said, the best way for me is truth. Knowing that whatsoever a man sows, that is what he's going to reap. Since you know that, what way are you going to choose? I've often wondered about the Gibeonites in the Old Testament. Remember that deceitful tribe of people, that nation? They lied their way into grace with Israel. They tricked Israel into a covenant of protection, and that covenant did in fact protect them from enemies other than Israel who came to destroy them. But that covenant itself put them in servitude to Israel for the rest of their days. So I've wondered, how did the Gibeonites who made that covenant, how did their kids feel about that covenant? And how did the grandkids feel about that covenant? See, because the whole basis of it was a lie. I'm saying this because when you and I lie, those lies affect others. Those immediately related to us and those who will be down the road. Fallout from our lies can affect hundreds of people who aren't related to us. So here's what David did. He looked to the judgments of God. He laid them out, so to speak, on a page in front of him. He examined what God would do as a result of his lies, and he didn't like what verdict God would render over lying, so he chose the truth. Did you know that all liars shall have their part in a lake that burns with fire and brimstone? Revelation 21, verse 8. God's judgments are not arbitrary. His findings are based upon the facts. The practice of lying isn't worth it. So here's what I want to say to you. Find yourself a page of paper, lay out God's judgments when we do something wrong, and then do what David did. Choose the way of truth. I'm going to choose the way of truth today. I pray you will too. I pray you'll be blessed as you do so, because I know what God's in the business of doing, blessing those who obey. And you're about to receive God's blessing for your obedience. May God bless you as you heed this word. In Jesus' name.